I'm Kirsty with the Slowdown Sunday Yoga class this evening. So it's down to earth yoga, yoga for everyone. So you don't have to be flexible, you don't have to be certain body size or weight or gender. It's about letting everyone look as a unity. So yoga means to unify, to join, and so everybody can join down to earth yoga. So you need, if you don't have a yoga mat, just having a nice space that you can come down to. If you've got a carpeted floor or maybe like a towel or something. I've got little blankets and pillows nearby which you can grab if you need. So these can be your props. You don't need anything fancy at all to practice yoga. You just need a body. So your body, your breath, and then we shall start our class today. So Sunday slow down, just arriving on your mat. So asana means seat. We're going to take our first seat. So I'm in a cross-leg position. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can have your legs bent if you want, or if your back's playing up, you could sit against the wall. If you're in a wheelchair, you could just stay in a chair. So there's all different things that you can do. You can, if you can't do some of the postures, you can close your eyes and just visualize yourself doing them to sort of take in the benefits. If you are pregnant, just be mindful. If you do have any questions, if you are pregnant or recently had a baby, please get in touch with me as well. I am trained for pre and postnatal yoga, so if you do have any questions about that, get in touch. Or if you are suffering from anything that you want to know if these postures are good for you, contact me via email at the end. So we're going to take our own first position and just take a few rolls of the shoulder. So we've made it to Sunday, we've made it to the last day of the week. Roll the shoulders down and then just a little wiggle to release any tension, and then allow the hands to face the sky. And as you do that, maybe just starting to notice the energy starting to rise, maybe some tingling in the fingers. And then we're just going to seal. So we're going to take the thumb and the index finger to seal. We're just allowing these three fingers to extend. So this is your yoga mudras. Mudras are like yoga for the hand. Every finger and thumb has a different element, and when you connect them, different emotions, different feelings, vibrations happen. So we're just closing our eyes if possible. If you're feeling a little anxious, just allow a hazy gaze or maybe focus on a spot in front of you. But if you close your eyes, it will avoid the distractions of your room. And just start to check in. How are you feeling today? So how is your body? How is your mind? Is there aches and pains? Are you feeling open and energized? Is the mind busy? Little thoughts creeping in? Or is it starting to still? Is there silence? So our yoga is our mind, our body, and our breath connected with spirit. So once we've allowed the body to arrive in our chosen space, start to let your little thoughts disperse. So letting go of any preconceived ideas about the class, letting anything go from this week, just clearing the chatter. So you can focus on one spot. This helps me. So I focus on the third eye space, Ajna chakra, so just between the eyebrows. And you might notice a little colour, a light, or an image. Maybe just choose to focus on this. And if a thought arises, acknowledge it and then let it pass. So to make this our yoga, our union, we're going to bring in the breath now. So we're bridging the mind and the body together. You can either keep your hands here or feel free to bring them to the belly, middle fingers kissing over the belly button. And taking a big full inhale, so the belly comes out like Buddha on the inhale, and the exhale, draw the navel back to the spine. So we're slowing our breath down. A big inhale, exhale, letting go. So inhale, feeling the belly come out, feeling the ribs expand in all directions. And then on the exhale, it's the apana, the downward flow of breath. So the inhale, the prana starting to rise all the way up. Exhale, the apana down. So we'll just try that with our hands. You might want a hazy gaze. Just bringing the palms, releasing the mudra. Taking a big inhale, rising up for 2, 3, 4. Maybe pause. And then exhale, apana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause. Inhale, prana rising. 2, 3, 4. Pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And then just bring your hands to your belly. Just continue with that breath. And then start to bring in a warming Ujjay breath. So you partially close the epiglottis at the back of the throat. And you start to hear that snoring sound, like the vibrations of the ocean. If you still struggle with it, you can put your hand in front of your face, like it's a mirror, and just feel the breath with an open mouth. So now when you close the mouth, you'll feel the air coming out the nose, you'll feel the vibrations. But any type of breath that involves a deep belly breath, long deep inhales, long exhales. And then we're just going to invite our hands to Namaste. So our greeting, Namaste, welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? So we're just going to start our class with thinking about our week for a second and just thinking, what are we grateful for? So something from this week. You might have had a terrible week and you're struggling to think of one thing. Just even something simple, like you're thankful for your central heating in this cold winter. First thing that comes to mind. And maybe every morning, starting a fresh day, thinking, why are you grateful? And then we're just going to draw our thumbs to our third eye and we're going to invite a positive intention in. So it could be like your mantra, like we've been doing some weeks, or your intention. So something positive. So I am followed by a positive word, or an intention. What do you want to take from the class? Taking a big inhale. Exhale through an open mouth. Letting go of any worries, any stress. Then taking our first big reach up to the sky, bringing the gaze up towards the space between the hands, stretching the neck. Take another inhale. And then exhale, twist to the right. So bring the hand to the knee and see if you can keep the spine long and try to look behind you. So you might look towards the Pinocchio nose, towards the nose tip. So squeezing round. And then a big inhale, rise to the sky. Maybe the hands reach in prayer. And then a big exhale, rounding to the left. Squeeze and wring out any tension. Inhale, rise the arms to the sky again. Exhale, just seal the hands back, Namaste. So we're just going to release the wrist. So you're just going to take your right hand and pull it down. That's my fingers cracking. So just allowing the fingers to point towards the earth, the wrist towards the sky, stretching the arm out. And then just changing the arm, so pointing the left fingers down to the earth, getting that rotation in the wrist. And then you're going to clasp the hands together, turn all the fingers in, and then push the hands out. So squeeze in here, and then see if you can take the arms above the head. So all this can be done in a chair. So if you are sitting at home and rather than doing the practice, you might just be watching, maybe just sitting in a chair and seeing if you can do some of the moves. And then take your hands into prayer, but above, and the thumbs are crossed. You're going to lengthen, keep the sitting bones connected to the earth, and just come over to the right side. So get a nice stretch up the left side of the body, point into the corner of your room, and then all the way up to center, reach for the sky, and then coming over to the left. I actually heard Ice Club 7 in my head when I said that there. It's really bad. So stretching up and over, pointing to the side of the room. And then rise and back up. Just sweep the arms behind, place the hands on the lower back and just push the chest forward, allow the neck to open slightly. And then we're going to roll over into your hands and knees to take a tabletop position. So slowly rolling over. If you've got a hard floor surface or your mat's not squishy, taking a little blanket underneath the knees. So we're going to work a wee bit on balance tonight. And so our yoga on the mat helps us to balance here, and then we take away this into our everyday life. If you've got socks on that don't have grips, I would recommend taking these off. Knees to the mat, toenails to the mat, fingers spread, middle finger towards the front. So we spiral rotate the arms, so this little flat part, so these have to face each other. Sometimes when people come down, it sort of rotates towards the front. So you want this flat part to face each other once you get down. So starting there, so spiral rotate the arms, push the earth away, gaze between the hands. So if your shoulder blades are dipping down, one of my teachers said to imagine the knife, so a knife at the chest, so you don't want to be stabbed, you're protracting the shoulder blades. And then gazing here, we're going to start to round through cat-cow. So a big inhale, looking up to the sky, stretching the belly, and then rounding chin to chest. Sometimes you get a little cough here as you come into it, as the lungs start to work and you stretch the skin in the chest. And it doesn't matter if you mix it up, the inhale or the exhale, just as long as you're doing your long, deep yoga breaths and you're rounding the spine. So we're doing these postures. They all seem quite simple, quite basic, but it's to warm the body up mindfully. And then we're going to come to neutral. So you're going to tuck the toes underneath. And we're just going to start to walk the right leg back. So you're going to keep the left toes tucked to start with. Walk the right leg back and hold here, pushing the mat away. So this is really good as well if you've just had a baby and you're working on strengthening the core. Or if you would like some more, you're going to lift the leg and point the toe towards the mat. So notice if you're putting more weight onto that right hand, can you make it equal? And then after a couple of breaths, we're going to see if we can keep the right hand fluid and the left hand towards the front. So I'm shaking, you hopefully will be shaking too. Thumb towards the sky, keep pushing the earth away. And then you're going to bring the hand back, you're going to come into this tiger's tail. You're going to reach it higher, so you're working into the glute, the largest muscle in the body, the bum muscle. We're going to look to the sky and arch the spine, so the lower spine is getting a good stretch. And then knee to nose, curling in. And then extend the leg back out again. Keep the weight on the left hand this time. Rotate the right foot. And we're going to take that right hand off the mat and up to the sky. So half plank, half side plank. Then rotate back to center. Bring your knees down. Just make sure your toes are flat to the earth for a second. Just take a couple of rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling and exhaling. And then come into neutral. So this time taking that left leg back. So remember, being kind to your abdominal muscles. If you've got any strains, you're going to keep the toe down. Or if your body's just warming up, you're getting used to yoga, stay here. Otherwise, lift the leg. Watch if you start to tilt. Hold here and breathe. Tuck the right toes if you want extra stability. And then keep that left hand connected to the earth. Reach that right hand forward, thumb to the sky. Remember, shaking's good, holding, stretching, pulling the body apart in opposite directions. And then bring the hand down, tiger's tail, lift it higher, look up to the sky, and then round in, chin towards the nose. Right, bringing that left foot back, take the weight to the right hand, rotate the left foot, left hand up to the sky, trying to gaze up to the thumb if the neck allows. Enjoying that opening heart, stretch up to the sky, and then rotate back, knees back to the earth, tuck your toes underneath, keep your knees and hips in a line. I'm just going to walk your hands further forward and then let the head come down. So puppy dog pose. And we're going to see if we can come into melting heart, Anahatasana. We're going to come even further down. The elbows might come down, the forehead. You may be able to get your full belly, your full chest down to the earth. That doesn't feel good, you come back to puppy dog pose. And then slowly bring your elbows to the earth, slide down to your belly. And just check that your elbows are in front of your shoulders. Make sure that the arms are parallel, the fingers are spread. Just release your tail, so a little wiggle with the bum. Get the toenails to the earth, roll the shoulders back and allow the chest to open. So this is the first back bend. So you could do Sphinx pose, this one, low cobra, high cobra, or up dog. So this is quite a nice gentle one to start with. And then you're going to slide your hands back towards your chest. You can create a cobra's tail with your legs. And then you're going to see if you can rise up. So opening the chest, looking up towards that Pinocchio nose. Exhale down. Inhale, you're going to push up even higher. You're going to exhale the bum back to the heels. Head towards the earth. Spread the fingers, and then you're going to slowly rise. You're going to tuck the toes, gaze to the belly button, and rise to downward dog. So from downward dog, just taking some movement. Prancing dog, like you're at crufts, wagging your tail. Gazing back maybe to your nails that need painted. Try not to get all these little distractions. You might want to close your eyes. And then gaze towards your belly button, your knees, or your big toes. If this is too much, you go to tabletop. Push the earth away. Find your breath. And then we're going to slowly start to walk to the front. So if you've got your blanket, you might want to just sweep it out of the way. Get onto the top of your mat. Feet about hip distance, straighten down, so letting the body be heavy, heavy, heavy. You might not be as far down as this, or you might be even further down. Just let the arms be heavy, the head be heavy. Checking how the backs of the legs, the hamstrings are feeling. And then take a halfway lift. So looking towards that nose tip. And then exhale, bring the hands flat to the floor, gaze to the space between the legs. I'm going to stroke the legs to rise up. Keep the chin tucked. Inhale, rise up. All the way, roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to stand at the top of our mats. And your feet can be together with the big toes kissing. Or remember apart if you feel a little bit unsteady. So you will be at the top of your mat. I'm just going to demonstrate from the front. So we're going to come into our half moon to get that nice side stretch. So sweep your arms up to the sky. Plus I don't want to whack Adrian to get hers off the wall. So you're going to take Kali Mudra. So your James Bond pistol. So index fingers kiss, thumbs cross, other three fingers hold connect. Squeeze the head with the arms. Try and reach really high to the sky. So bum muscles nice and tight, tight, tight. These large muscles. Root to the earth, grow tall to the sky, and then coming into half moon. So Ardha Chandrasana. We're at the right side, so I'm mirroring you guys. And see if you can really feel the energy from that left pinky toe all the way up the side of the body, travelling up the armpit, all the way up the arms to the pointed fingers. Softness in the face. So some of you might have the arms apart. Try and squeeze them together like you're squeezing your head. I've got a larger head, so it might make it easier for me. And then rise all the way up to the sky. Squeeze your forester head. And then come over to the left. So coming as far down, try not to collapse. Try to keep yourself like you're in between two panes of glass. So rooting down, feeling that right pinky toe. All the way, the energy travelling up the side, all the way up to the fingers pointing together. Rise up, bringing the hands behind the back, placing them to that sacrum, the lower back, shoulder blades in, taking a big inhale and then push forward, open the chest. You might hear little cracks at the shoulders and then coming back. So we're going to stand in mountain pose, Tadasana. Standing here, shoulders away from the ears, close the eyes for a second, just trying to connect, trying to ground to the earth. Noticing if we do start to sway, bringing in warm and Ujjay Breath. And then take an inhale, try and sweep the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, bow the hands to the earth. Gaze to your knees as you begin to eventually one day straighten the legs. Take your halfway lift, looking forward. You're going to take the hands down and you're either going to come down to your tabletop or half plank, or you're going to take plank pose, which is Konasana. The toes tucked under, push the mat away. Take a big inhale breath. Drop the knees, elbows in tight, chest and chin come down. Slide and take a back bend of your choice. Look towards the sky. Exhale, pull back. Head might kiss the earth. And then you're going to push up to the sky, downward dog. So gaze to the navel. Come back up to your inverted V shape. Find your focus point. Or you can just do a quick check. So if you look back and you can see your heels, so if they're turned in, you rotate your feet out. If your heels don't touch the ground, that's fine. You can bend your knees if your hamstrings are tight. And then you're going to look towards the front. We want our right foot to go there. So if you're new to yoga or trying to be as gentle as possible, left knee down, right foot forward. Relax the back toe, rise up. And just sink a little bit deeper into the groin, into the hips, holding the leg, squeeze in here. And then take a big inhale with the arms, make your little Kali Mudra, and then just draw the fingers along the ceiling. A little back bend again. So if we have a healthy spine, apparently we have a healthy life. So bringing it down to the earth, you're going to tuck the toes. We're going to take a little hop to the front. So hopping through, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, rising, sweeping up to the sky. Exhale, bowing down, hands to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands down, left leg back, knee down, relax the toes. To rise up. Oh, sorry. It'll be the other leg now. So you're going to come through. And they're going to start to rise up, so arms rising up. So the left leg forward, reaching to the sky, looking up to the space, holding here. This time we're going to bring our hands to our back and we're going to squeeze and open here. So getting that back bend, working warmer, a little bit deeper. And then we're going to bring the hands down to the earth, tuck the back toe, push to the earth. Taking plank position. Holding in plank. Hold here. Drop the knees. Elbows in. Chest and chin. Slide to the belly. Take a back bend of your choice. And then exhale. Pull back. Downward facing dog. Start to find your yoga breath. And then you're going to look towards the front. We're going to bring that left foot through again. So knee down, left foot through. Just release the toes, working a little bit into the hips. So sinking down again. This time taking our Kali Mudra. Squeezing here with our hands. And then our little back bend again. Hands down to the earth. Tuck the back toe. Step into the front. Halfway lift. Exhale, hands flat to the earth, gaze to the space between the legs. Just stay here for a couple of breaths. Breathe in. And we're going to stroke the legs this time as we rise up again. Chin in, all the way, rising up, shoulders back. Then inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands coming down to the earth. Look to the space between. So keep the right leg there, left leg back. Drop the knee, release the toes. Rise up in the inhale. Think deep in the exhale. Take the hands behind the back again. Push that chest forward. Open in the back. Then sweep the arms up. Hands are going to come down. This time we're going to take our downward facing dog. So tuck in the back toe. If you struggle to get there, take it back first. Then tuck the toes and push back up. Pushing the earth away, spreading the fingers, allowing the feet to come down to the earth. Just taking those long, deep belly breaths. We're going to see if we can balance by taking our right hand towards the left leg. So some of you will be able to catch, some might just be holding the earth halfway. A little rotation, holding here. Then bringing that hand back, taking that left hand towards the right leg. Then bringing the hand back, push the earth away. You're going to take the right leg up to the sky. So right leg up, hold here. Keep looking back to your space. Then you're going to see if you can bring this foot all the way through again. You're going to see if you can stay on the ball of the back foot. We're going to see if we can rise up. So inhale, rise in. So working on that balance, keeping the arms strong. We're going to see if we can balance. We're going to extend the arms out. We're going to rotate that right leg. Rotate. Working on the balance, working on the twist. Slowly rotate back. Rise the arms up. Exhale, the hands are going to come down and you're going to take plank position. So again, you can drop that knee, scoop it back. Spread the fingers. Stay here or plank. Push the mat away. Take a big inhale. Exhale, maybe come down Chaturanga. Take a back bend of your choice. Exhale, pull back into child's pose, head to the earth. So we're going to just check with our right shoulder how it's feeling. Rise up slightly, scoop the right arm through into threading the needle. This left hand can stay here, or some of you might want to wrap it round the waist. We're reaching through, like you're trying to catch someone's hand. And then just going to left hand to help you to lift. Wake it back up, bring it back to neutral. We're going to come into plank and otherwise half plank. You're going to take the hand directly under the face. You're going to rotate and you're going to bring that hand to the right. So finding a focus straight ahead or up to the thumb. Pushing the hips up so you get down like we were at the start. So yogi's choice. Then you're going to rotate back. Round it in the arms and then back. Downward face. Push it away. Draw the heels down. But remember you can bend the knees if those are tight. Your heels and then legs going to come through to the. We're going to start to where we want to go. Remember, knee can come down. Left knee can be scooped. Stay on the back foot. We're going to take a rise up, rising up to lunge position. Drawing in the belly, holding here. Strong right thigh. Take the arms out. And then start to rotate towards that left leg. So rotate slowly. Trying to find something to focus on. Not a moving object. And then slowly back. Reach the arms to the sky. Exhale. The hands are going to come down. So plank or half plank. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, rise. Exhale to child's pose. Bum to the heels, head maybe to the earth. So checking the left shoulder, you're going to rise up slightly, left arm scoops under the right. Decide what you want to do with this right hand, if you want to wrap it, or if you want to keep it extended out. Push into the right hand to help you to rise. So either staying with your half plank or taking your full plank. Push the earth away, left hand under the face. Start to stack, taking the right hand to the sky. Hold in here, or remember you can drop that back knee, the bottom knee down. Coming back to plank position, Konasana. And then you're going to push up to downward dog. Keep the feet apart, about hip distance. Just enjoy the yoga breath here. And then slowly walk your feet to the front of your mat. Taking your dangle pose, so just relaxing down, letting the head be heavy. You might want to hold opposite elbow. Then with your feet apart and your knees bent, see if you can slide your hands underneath your feet. So be very careful if you feel dizzy. Give your toes a little wiggle if you've managed to get them up to the wrist. And a little massage into the wrist, raising the fingers. Just enjoying that curve. And if your hamstrings are feeling okay, you might want to see if you can straighten the legs. And softness in the knees, release the hands. Going to rise up slowly again. Roll in the belly, rising up. Rolling the shoulders back. Taking away any stress, any strain. And then we're going to come to the middle of our mats. And then from the middle, you can jump or step your feet apart, about 5 of your own feet. Remember, if you don't have a mat, just make sure that you're not going to slide. So it's going to turn your feet in sort of slightly, straight ahead or slightly turned in, so not out to the side. It's much better, especially if you get sciatica, to keep these toes rotated slightly. So if you've got no issues with your knees, you can sort of lock them. And then you want these thighs to be strong. So we're going to bring the hands onto the hips and just close the eyes for a second. So I want you to visualize. So again, if you're not able to come into certain postures, visualize yourself doing them. So I want you to visualize your head touching the earth and your hands down there like a triangle base. So we're growing tall towards the sky to start with. We're keeping the spine nice and long. And then with a hazy gaze, angel eyes, you're going to start to come forward slowly on an exhale breath. So leading with the sternum, breastbone here, slow, slow, slow. You're going to come down to your maximum, so a part of your body, maybe the hamstrings will say stop. Take a little breather, see how you feel, and then bring your hands down. So if you're struggling to get your hands down, keep them on the hips, or you can hold the legs. And then take a little halfway lift, so a big inhale, and then as you exhale, maybe you can walk the hands back a little. Maybe you'll get them in line with the feet. Some people who are really flexible can get the hands in line with the heels. Just see where you are today. If you really struggle, you can open it wider. If you find it really easy, you can make it shorter. So you're going to take another halfway lift, and then you're going to start to imagine that head coming down to the earth. You're going to keep your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists in the same line. You're going to keep your thighs strong, knees strong, coming down with that straight spine, lower belly sucks in. Using your Ujjay breath, every exhale, getting that head closer to the earth. And then slowly take a halfway lift onto the fingertips maybe. Exhale, breath, hands to hips. Inhale, rising all the way up. You're going to stand a tiny bit shorter, not much, because we're going to come into triangle Konasana. So hands at the heart centre, so just centering yourself, grounding, so thinking of that triangle base with the legs. So reaching the arms out, taking the shoulders away from the ears. Just lift your right toe and pivot your foot round. So keep these hips open. You can turn your back foot slightly if you wish. You're going to look towards your right middle finger and you're going to extend forward and then bring the hand above the knee or below the knee and then taking that left hand up to the sky. You can slide down if you want. Some of you will be able to bring the hand all the way down. You can have peace fingers round the big toe. Staying here and getting a nice stretch from the toe all the way up. I don't know if you can hear that happening in the background, the noise. Someone on the speakerphone, I think. Hold in here, reach up. And then you're going to wrap the arm behind you. And you can see if you can take this hand off. And hold and open the shoulders. Keep gazing into the space up towards the sky. And then slowly rise your way up. Rotate that right foot in. Start to rotate that left foot. So just check your heel position. Keep your hips open. Extend the arms. Start to extend and reach. Bring the hand above the thigh. Or maybe you get it lower. Maybe you get it lower still. Lower. But if you start to collapse, come high, it doesn't matter, you're getting the same benefits. So wherever you can be this side, one side will be more open than the other. So this one's more open for me than the other. You're going to look up towards the thumb, breathe in, getting that nice stretch from the pinky toe up to the middle finger. Then you can see if you can do that little wrap around, open the chest, catch the arms, stay and breathe. And slowly rise your way up. You're going to rotate the foot in. Keep the feet apart. Keep your hands behind your back. So keep holding onto the elbows. Or if you can, you're going to try and get reverse prayer. So you have to rotate the wrists to get reverse prayer. So some people sort of really struggle to get the wrists there. So you could just start here today. You might be able to travel up further and further and further. Until one day maybe you get the hands in between the shoulder blades. Little pinkies kissed, all fingers kissed and the thumbs. So taking an inhale, lengthen, and then exhale slowly down. So again, you're trying to get that head down to the earth. You're making sure that your feet are turned in. If you've got your hands in the prayer, just keep pushing the hands together. Strong back legs here. Lock the knees, maybe lift the thighs if that feels good for you. Gazing at a spot on your mat. So if you imagine drawing a triangle from your feet to a point in the middle, gazing roughly about here. Taking one more long deep breath. And then a big inhale, rising up. Strong thighs. Release the wrist. So my wrists always feel a little bit funny after that. So just a little bit of rotation to release. Maybe taking one hand like we did at the start. And then the other. Then we're going to take our warrior two position. We're going to try the bind again. We've done this a couple of weeks back. So having the feet nice and wide. And then again, we're going to start to rotate. So you're going to lift up your right toes, pivot them round. Keep the hips open. We're going to extend the arms. So most people come in and they start to surf. You want to try and keep the shoulders in line with the hips. And then we're just going to bend this knee. So you might not be able to get a right angle so far, and you might stay up a little bit. Again, you could just visualize what's happening. Reaching the arms out to extend. Just check and see the big toe, looking towards that right middle finger. Holding and breathing. So the back arm is strong, it's not starting to sag. So now we're going to extend. So you're going to reach and extend. Going to bring the elbow down to the leg, the hand to the belly. This other arm can come up to the sky, straight. or you can make it a lateral stretch and reach overhead and gaze towards the fingers. Keep breathing yoga breath, Ujjay with sound. If it feels nice, wrap this left arm behind, open the chest. If you wish for more, feel free to try to drop that right shoulder down, and you're going to see you can scoop the hand underneath and then hold. So working wherever you are today. Release the bind, try and use the core to rise your way up. Turn your feet in, hold here. And then you're going to do the other side. You're going to rotate the foot out. And open the heart, open the hips. Keep the shoulders in line. You may start, if you bend and this knee comes over, you're going to wiggle your toes. So open the chest, gaze towards the left middle fingers. Watch again if you're surfing. So just little checks, and it comes with time, comes with practice. But every day is different. You might wake up really stiff. So focusing on little points. Check the back arm's not sagging. And then extension for Vista. And then we're going to start to come into our lateral stretch if you can. Otherwise stay here or hand on the hip. So reaching up and over, maybe taking the gaze to the fingertips. Optional now, so arm wraps around the back, taking the shoulder down towards that knee, scooping the arm underneath so you can shake hands with yourself, opening the chest and hold it. You're going to use the strength in the belly to release. You're going to rise your way up and turn your feet in. We're going to take one more forward fold. We're going to take the peace fingers. We're going to try and catch our big toes. So inhale, lengthen. And then exhale. So your feet are turned in slightly. The hands are going to slide down. You're going to take your big toes if possible, or any parts of the legs. Look forward with a halfway lift. Elbows are going to go towards the shins, and you're going to draw that head down to the earth. Just take a little halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the hips. And then a big inhale, rising up. Exhale to the heart center. Let that blood flow back down. Just enjoy your forward folds. And then you're going to start to either walk or jump your feet back to the center of your mat, or you can still stay at the front of the mat, Yogic Breath. So we're going to come into balance now. We're going to come into our Tadasana, our tree pose. So if your mat's a little bit squidgy, so this one's a little bit squidgy, coming down, Buddha, to the floor. You're going to root down with your left leg. So if you're feeling a bit off balance tonight, maybe use the wall for support. So rooting down with your left leg. I'm going to mirror you, standing on your right leg, bringing the left leg up. So just see how it feels, just rotate your ankle, get your mind clicking there, go in the opposite direction. And then you're going to see you can stay here. You can have little toe taps. If your balance is off, you can stay here, just as long as you get the rotation. Or hold the wall, or maybe try below the knee. How does that feel? Maybe try above the knee. So never on the knee joint itself. And then once you've got your position, half a prayer or a full prayer. So you need a drishti, a focus point, something that's not moving. Finding your breath, standing leg is strong. We're going to cross the fingers, so the thumbs, and reach forward. Seeing if you can bring the arms to the sky. We're going to take that chin mudra, so opening up the branches, raising back up, exhale to the heart center. Use your hand maybe to help you to release, and watch for this knee joint to release carefully, and then let go of the lactic acid. Just going to do the same on the next side, so make sure that that left leg is strong and sturdy, steady. Start to bring the other leg up, give it a little release, maybe getting rid of those little creaks in the ankle bones, and then see how it feels. So we normally try to mirror what we have just done, but if there's anything going on, any imbalance, you have toe taps again. You might want the foot to the inside of the left leg. The lower leg, you might go for the inside of the top of the thigh. See if you can stand up straight, one hand, two hands if possible. Find your focus, find your breath. So mind, body and breath connecting together. Finding your union, crossing the thumbs, reaching forward and up. And pulling. And then see if you can open up your branches. So working on the balance tonight. Hold, hold. Rise up to the sky, hands to the heart space. Just taking that leg away carefully. And then shake it out, release and let go. So we're going to come down to the earth now. For those who can, we're going to come down to Yogic Squat. It's always really good to work on the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the big glutes again, and you get to open the chest. Lots of benefits. So we're going to open up our feet about just wider than hips. The toes are turning out this time. Back to that heart space. So when we do this, it sort of automatically grounds us. You're bringing all the elements together. Taking a big inhale. And start to squat your way down. So if you do have knee issues, just skip this out and just take a seat like we did maybe at the beginning of class for the meditation. Drawing the thumb towards the sternum, opening up the knees, rooting down to the earth. And just being grateful for our bodies, for our practice so far. Being kind, so remembering that word ahimsa, why we do what we do when we do yoga. We practice ahimsa, being kind, non-harming, ourselves to others. And we're going to come down to the earth. So if possible, just reaching the arms up and then just taking your seat down, so using all the little stabilising muscles. And then bringing yourself down. Roll the shoulders back a few times. So we're going to take another balance, and a balance is going to work the core. We're going to take Navasana, boat pose. We're going to do 3 altogether, and the third one, if you want, it'll be with holding the toes. So you can do step by step, but I'll do it from the least sort of strongest, and see how you feel. So most people hate boat pose and they start to have all these worries, but I want you to try and clear the thoughts and imagine that you love this pose. So remove the flesh from the bum so you sort of feel the sitting bones. And then you're just going to tilt back. So you should start to maybe feel the lower belly start to work, the core here. You might just bring your toenails to the earth so you feel a little bit of activation. You might bring one leg. You might bring 2. You might be able to take one hand, then the other. If your hamstrings feel okay, you can straighten the legs, gaze to the toes. So you're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross the right leg over the left. You're going to bring your hands down or your fists. And just going to see if you just lift up a little. So if you're working on your core and then come down. Bring the feet back down. Hands under the knees to start. Roll back slightly so you feel that lower belly. Get your little smile. Rise to your toe tips. Watch you're not straining your neck. One leg, then the other. See if you can balance. See if you can take one hand, then the other hand. Maybe you start to straighten the leg. Gaze towards the big toes. Try not to hate me or the pose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left leg over the right. You can either just have a little hug or maybe put your hands down, lift up. So we're going to come for the third one now. So if you can, get in the peace fingers, round your big toes. So we try to bring the thumb over the peace fingers if possible. We need to focus on a spot. We're going to roll the shoulders back. See if you can hold your heels off the earth. So you may just stay here. If you've got the balance, you might go one leg, then the other. If you can, you're going to start to straighten the legs. You're going to enjoy the practice. You're going to have a laugh at yourself. You're going to roll the shoulders back. Hold here with straight legs. If you can, you're going to open them. So this is Uppa, Vista, Konasana. So you're going to look up to the space, straight up to the sky, stretching the necks, straight arms, straight legs. We're going to see, I think my cushions might be in the way. You're going to see if you can bring your legs down. So flex your toes towards your shins. You're going to slowly roll down. And then you're going to take a big halfway lift. And then exhale, bringing the elbows towards the shins. Coming down and holding here. Slowly rise your way up. Draw the legs back in carefully. Feet on the mat. Just a little windscreen wiper to release. So we're going to come into another little bind. Chicana. So it might be a posture that you're going to work with over time. So you can sit on a blanket or a block just to get the sitting bones to the earth. But one of the sitting bones is going to rise anyway, so it might be better without. So you're going to extend the legs and just remove the flesh again. So we're going to take the right leg first. So you're going to hinge. This might be where you stay. If you can, you're going to try to get the heel as close towards the groin as possible. So this left leg is active. It's down to the earth. The foot's like it would be if it was on the earth. You're going to take your left hand and you're going to lean to the side so that your right bum cheek comes off the earth. You're going to reach to the sky again, up with this right hand. Then you're going to reach forward like you're going to try and catch my hand. And then you're going to see if you can get the back of the arm, the tricep, to the middle section of your shin. You're going to make your little scoop in action with your hand. And then you're going to see if you can catch the fingers, the hand, the wrist. Roll the shoulders back. This leg is active. You're going to then start to come down. So some of you guys might find it easy. The chin might touch the shin. If you can't bind, you're just going to hold here or keep the hand here and just working on it step by step. Every day, remember, is different. You might be able to bind one day and not the next. Slowly come up. You're going to release the arm carefully. Bring this leg down. We're going to take our little stargazer, so release the wrists. Bring your right hand behind that right knee. Take your little sweep up, look up towards the hand, and then sweeping down. Release this leg carefully and extend it down. So release the flesh again, and then scoop left leg up. So you might just be here and just working on coming forward. Otherwise, try to get the heel close to the groin, activating that right leg. Lean to the right side, left arm up. Try and come forward and shake my hand. Take the back of the arm, the tricep, to the shin. Make your little scoop in action, and then see if you can release and catch. Then imagine coming down. One day that forehead will touch the shin. So try not to look at the belly button. Look towards that front big toe or that Pinocchio nose. Trying to lock that left big toe to the earth. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then slowly, slowly rise and up. Release this bind with the arms. Take the leg down. You might need to release the wrist again. And then taking that left hand behind the left knee, reach it up to the sky, opening here. Rolling yourself down, and then you're just going to come into reverse tabletop. You're going to bring your hands to face your bum. You're going to bring your feet. So you can come from here, here. Once you get up, you can readjust your little table. So shoulders back, chest towards the sky, lock the big toes to the earth, lift up, gaze towards your belly, And then if the neck's happy, gaze to the sky. If the neck's still happy, no blood pressure issues, drop the head all the way back, lock big toes to the earth, lift the bum a little bit higher, still working this big, large glute muscle. And then slowly coming down, drawing the knees in, giving yourself a little hug, a little squeeze. And then we're going to come into our inversion. So we can have a nice relaxing one. You can grab a little pillow underneath the spine. As it's Sunday night, and it's coming to just before the start of the week, it's probably nice to have, rather than like headstand or shoulder stand, just something a little bit more nurturing, a little bit more relaxing. So get a little pillow or a blanket, have it quite close towards the lower back, tuck the chin, roll yourself back, bring your knees in, just massage that lower back, and then extend the legs up to the sky. Let your hands go where they naturally fall, so you could frame the face. You might want to stretch them out, have cactus arms. You might want to hold the bit. I want you to try and close the eyes and just allow the body to rest here. So just noticing the heartbeat, noticing the body temperature, seeing if you can get the lungs to fill up, the belly to rise and fall, the softness to wash over your face, the little corners of the lips. So your yoga practice, it'll look different than every other person. It's your body with your history, your bones, your joints, your skin, your muscles. You either stay here for another moment. You might want to extend the legs a little. Some of you might want to take a bound angle, feet into prayer, or some of you might want to take a happy baby, catching the outside or the inside of the feet. I want you to really make it your own practice, not my practice, not your friends, not the people that you see on Instagram, your own yoga practice. What can you do today? There will be postures that you dislike. Is there a way to work your way through them? Learning to breathe. And if something happens in the next week ahead, a difficult situation, is there a way just to breathe? Breathe your way through it. Try not to react. Try to take your practice off the mat. So if your legs aren't still up in the sky, just bring them up for a second. And then just draw your knees down towards the chest. You might want to move the back side to ease off. And then just bring one foot down, then the other. Push into the feet, so like a little bridge as you remove the pillow or blanket away. So we're going to take a little eagle twist from here, just making sure I've got enough space. So you're going to keep the right foot flat to the floor, bring the left leg up to the sky, cross over the right, keeping your right foot connected to the earth. You're just going to push into it. Lift your hips and bum over to the left. Take your right hand and pull that left knee down. You're going to extend that left arm to stretch, and you're going to gaze in the direction of it unless the neck says no. Get a nice stretch from the fingertips again, all the way along the arm. The pec muscle is really nice for that large pec muscle. Enjoying the spine stretch. And then just bringing the gaze to neutral. You're going to release the hand from the left leg. Just walk back so your right foot's on the earth. Bring the spine to the earth. Extend that left leg up and bring it down. And then right leg up to the sky. Cross it over the left. So the knees are sort of like hooking on, creating a little bind. And then you're going to push into that left foot. Take your bum and hips to the right. Use that left hand to draw the right hip over the right leg, and then if you can, extend that right arm, look in the direction of it. Such a nice stretch, one you can do in your bed. So maybe you didn't know you'd done yoga, you could be doing this as you wake up. It's a conscious thing, so your body, mind, your breath, that's your yoga. All these little shapes are just giving the muscles and bones and joints and skin different benefits. Each practice, each asana. So bringing the gaze back to neutral, bringing the foot to the earth. Release the spine to the earth, draw your knees in, massage that lower back. So we're going to come into Shavasana now, so you can roll over and grab any warm clothing, grab blankets. If you are using a pillow, try not to have one that's too high. You want your chin to be tucked slightly, you want to have this double chin. Then you're going to extend the legs. So you can just stay where you are if you feel warm enough. Making sure that you're in the middle of your mat. Find your shoulder blades. Let the arms fall beside you. So warm socks are good. Jumpers, blankets. Closing the eyes. So I want you to tense your body. So screw the face up, clench the bum, clench the hands, curl the toes, take a big inhale. And then exhale, let it all go. Take another inhale, breath. And then a big exhale. So we're just going to start to relax the body. So I'll guide us into Shavasana and then I'll bring us back to end the practice. So letting the big toes relax and the toes next to them. Relax the soles of the feet and the front of the feet. Letting the ankles open and release. Relax the shins and the calves. Let the knees fall open. Relax your thighs. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Take away any tension in the buttocks. Let your pelvis come to neutral. Just noticing the gap at the lower back, the lumbar region. Relaxing the spine, lower, middle, and upper. Feel the shoulder blades kissing the earth. And the muscles in the back relax and melt. Relax the belly and the chest with a natural breath. Letting the arms open and be heavy. Relax at the elbow joints and the wrists. Allow the palm of the hand and the front of the hand to relax. Thumb and the fingers. The neck long, the chin tucked. Soften your jaw. Relax your teeth, your tongue, your gums. The lips kiss together. The natural breath in and out through the nose. Eyes heavy, heavy, heavy. Any last thoughts or worries go from the brow. And just letting the facial muscles relax. The body is grounded. The body is relaxed. Receiving the benefits from your asanas, from your breath work, your pranayama. And just rest here for as long as you wish or need. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Your eyes closed. Feel free to stay for longer, or just start to acknowledge all the little sounds in your room. Maybe the little creaks of your heating, maybe your family members, your pets. Then see if you can notice any sounds from outside, bringing them back in. Noticing the stillness. And then just allow a little gentle movement into the fingers and thumbs, into all the toes. Maybe your windscreen wiper, your ankle. If you can, keeping your eyes closed, just start to walk your feet up and then allow the back to flatten to the earth as your knees come up, and just massage that lower back again. And then just rolling over to either side, so low blood pressure to the left or pregnant, right for high, normal or not sure. Just stay on your side for a second. And then if you can, use the top hand to push the earth. Slowly rise your way up. And we're going to take our last seat to close the practice. So any seated position. Taking a few rolls of the shoulders. Taking the hands back to the knees. Sealing into Chin Mudra, Consciousness Mudra. Drawing the shoulders back and down. I'm just going to end with our Om to unify, to unite the whole purpose of yoga. So Feel free to join in your own homes. It can be really nice continuously to feel the vibrations around you. And apparently, for those on my Slowdown, Cairn Papal is one of the most spiritual places in the whole of the UK. A sound told me this. So maybe going to Cairn Papal for one of your challenges this week and Om, taking in the vibrations. So we're going to Om together, like inhale. As we let the vibration settle, allow that little smile to form across your face. And then bringing our hands to our heart center. Being grateful for our bodies, for all the work they have allowed us to do this week. Then drawing the thumbs towards our lips, being grateful for our breath. Learning to speak kindly as we take our yoga off the mat. And then bringing the thumbs to the third eye, being grateful for our minds and learning to think kind thoughts. Remembering to try to think to yourself before you speak. Is it kind? Is it necessary? Is it true? And then taking a deep inhale, bringing in your intention. Exhale, letting go of all that does not serve you.